Hey guys, Kristen Leek here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about coding, design, and anything else you want me to talk about. Today I want to give you some more freelance advice, and it's honestly personal from my experience, so everyone's experience is different, but also I've heard similar things from other people, and it's that you should never work for your friends. Ever. And I read about that, like someone saying don't do web design or whatever kind of design work for friends, family. Some people say if you do, make sure it's paid. Some people say if you do, make sure it's for free. And I'm gonna here just tell you, you just shouldn't do it. And I will offer it to friends for free because I refuse to create that boss type of, environment. I can't get the words. It's just different once you start working for a friend, because whoever your client is, that's who your boss is. That's who you need to listen to. And the reason why I say don't do it is because you and your friends have an informal relationship, right? And it's much easier to go from like a formal professional relationship down to informal friendly relationship. But starting at, not at the bottom, but starting casual relationship and then making it formal, that's very difficult to do. And that's why I don't recommend it. So pretty much what happens in my experience is that you've already had a casual relationship with your friend. You communicate casually, openly about things, and on different platforms. So chatting on the Gmail chat, or G-chat, some people call it, texting. You don't really email with your friends, but however, Slack, however you like to communicate with your friends, like you talk to them on different platforms. So in typical client situations, it's either email or phone. Or some of my clients, we talk on Facebook chat and occasionally text message. Like I keep it to just one or two ways to communicate, to keep it professional, and also responding at certain times. Like I'm not going to respond if a client texts me at 10 p.m. at night, because I have a life outside of web design. I love what I do, but I'm not going to be working on stuff at 10 p.m. at night. That's when I wind down, prepare for the next day. Unless it's an emergency, like, I don't know, the site shuts down or someone hacks your site and puts all this profanity and stuff all over it. Like, unless it's an emergency. But you have to be able to keep work and fun and friendship separated. And it's hard to do that when you're working for a friend, when a friend is your client. And let me share a story. This will probably be easier. So, my first client ever was actually a colleague, my friend Karina. Karina and I went to college together. We were super tight. We were almost roommates at one point, but she decided to transfer to a different school. We've kept up ever since, and she started a photography business. And so she saw on social media that I had taken a coding boot camp, blah, blah, blah. We ended up connecting, and she was willing to pay me X amount for web design. It started out perfectly, and then we started having some issues with communicating. And when there's money involved in your friendship, it changes everything. It changes to communication, especially when you get upset or you have trouble communicating. And we were both learning. She was a new entrepreneur, and I was a new entrepreneur as well. I was new at communicating with clients and working with them. And so I will say I learned a lot. I probably learned the most having Karina as a client, which I guess I'm grateful for, better than having, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. It doesn't matter. You're going to learn a lot either way. And I just happened to make a lot of mistakes with my first client, which is normal. And we had communication problems, and there was a rough patch in it. And I was worried that we wouldn't ever get around from what happened, and we fortunately did, and we still talk. Occasionally she'll text me and we'll catch up a little bit about what's going on in her life. But it could have ended really badly. I'm fortunate that it didn't, and I don't want anyone to have to experience that, because it is just different. Because after I worked with Karina, I had a second client, and it was a family friend's friend, and super professional the entire time. There wasn't a, hey Kristen, like what's up? How's the website going? Da, da, da. How's the guy you're dating? Da, 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 da. How's this? Oh, by the way, can we make this change? Oh, what about this? And it's kind of like, I feel like when you're friends, you're willing to let go, like you're willing to be more chill. And when your client is more chill with you, they'll let some things go, and then that results in them not being as happy. And there's a lot that happened with it. I'm not going to share everything, but like I said, casual relationships are difficult to have, especially when money is involved. And just as friends, we just let things go, and we don't, personally, I don't work as hard. Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. I don't work as hard when I work for friends, when I work for someone I've hung out with, who I've gone dancing with, or someone that I went to college with. Like, I just don't. And that's the truth. I was not planning on saying that, but I have to be real with you guys. Like, I just don't. And most people don't. You don't work as hard for your friends. So that's why I don't recommend working for friends, because your work is not going to be, will most likely not be as great as it could be. You're not going to push yourself as much. You're not going to put yourself as high of a standard. But when someone isn't your friend, if it's a stranger, if it's a referral, you're going to work your butt off, because that's your brand on the line. Your friend knows everything about you. They know you're a good person. They know all the great things that you do. But this is someone who's never had continuous communication with you, and you want to make sure they have the best experience with you. And so, yeah, your standards are a lot higher, and so your work is a lot higher, and you'll be more impeccable to your word, and that's what's gonna create a great business. So don't work for friends. There's way more I could go into this, but I'm gonna leave it at that. Just don't. Save yourself a headache. Yes, there are exceptions, but it's not worth the risk. Just do it for free. That's what I do now. I will do consultations for free with friends, because it's chill, it's laid back, and because it's free, I don't have to worry if I'm really putting in enough work, or worry if my friend feels like they're getting, you know, the most out of their money, because it's free and I'm doing it to help them. So just leave it at that when it comes to friend. Separate your business from your friendships, and trust me, it helps a ton. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this freelance tip, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Whoa.